Let's go ahead and get started with the very first thing on top of the admin panel, which is right over here, and it's going to actually have the name of your store which you chose upon creating your account. And remember, you can change that name anytime that you want. So go ahead and click on this area, and you'll see that a little pop down is going to drop down, and you'll see that you have options like view your user account, which if you click on it, this is what will show up. It'll show up with your email address that you used to sign up with, your first and last name as you specified, and any other basic information for your account. Now let's go back and click on that drop down again. And then underneath where we just clicked, we have the terms of service, the payment terms, and the privacy policy. And if we were to click on any one of these, what will happen is we'll go to the next page and we'll actually be able to see the information that we had clicked through to. If we go back to the admin panel, then the very last thing over there as an option in the first drop down is the option to log out. So whenever you're finished, if you wish to log out, this is where you would do so. So now let's go down to the first option underneath this first section that we had clicked on earlier, where it says search. If we go ahead and click on this search area, we can search for literally every single thing that has to do with our store. So we can search for products, orders, customers, blogs. We can really search through any and everything from here. The next part is where you can click on dashboard. If you were to do that, you'd show up at this page that we're already on, because we already logged on and went directly to the dashboard. And this is basically where you start from every time that you log in. The next option, orders. So if you click on orders, what you'll be able to see here are any of the orders that have shown up as a result of people that are trying to purchase products that you're selling through your Shopify store. So since we haven't actually started selling anything, we won't be able to see any information here just yet. The next option is to click on customers. If we click on customers, then we get to see and manage all of the customers that we have, and we can import customers and add customers in the top right hand corner with these two buttons. The next option is products. So if we click on products, what we'll see is that this is the area where we can add products that we wish to sell on our Shopify store. So every time we have a new t-shirt to sell and a new design, this is where we're going to end up coming to. We can also import products by clicking on this button here, and it'll open up a separate dialog box where we can actually choose the products that we'd like to import. The next option is collections. So if we click on collections, what we'll see are all of the different categories of different products that we've selected to try and sell through our Shopify store. So since we're going to be selling t-shirts, I'll give you an example. We might want to sell t-shirts in different categories, or also known as collections, that could be ranging from sci-fi to comedy to political, and we can have each one of those as a separate collection that then in turn has products that relate to that theme or that message. The next option is to click on discounts. So if we click on discounts, this is the area where we can actually add different types of discounts based on dollar value over here, based on percentage value over here, or if we'd like to add shipping discounts like indicated over here. And we can actually go ahead and add those discounts by clicking on the box in the top right hand corner of the screen. The next option is gift cards. So let's go ahead and click on gift cards. Now over here, this is where you'd be able to add gift cards that would be available for sale, so that other customers could then give these gift cards to their friends and family that they can then use to purchase goods off of your website later on. The next option that we have on the admin panel is reports. So let's go ahead and click on that. You'll see over here in reports that all of your data about your website will be categorized and listed all over here. So you can see everything from taxes to payment methods, orders, customers, and where your traffic is coming from. There's a lot of information over here, and it'll be worth time looking over all of these things and getting very acclimated with your reports. The next thing that we can click on is blog posts. So this is where you would actually be able to manage all of your blog listings, and You can add a blog post by going into the top right hand corner and clicking on Add a Blog Post. You can manage comments, and you can manage the blogs by clicking on the two options to the left. The next option that we have is pages. So these are going to be separate web pages on your store, which is a website containing all of these web pages, and your pages are going to either have information about the business, or they're going to have information about the product or the products that are available. So you can add pages by going up into the top right hand corner and selecting Add a Page over here. Now let's go back to the next option on the admin panel, which is navigation. So if we click on navigation, what we'll see over here are the areas where customers can navigate around the website, and these can be added to the theme, and we can also add URL redirects, which we'll get into later. The next option is for themes. So this is the way that our site looks right now, but we can actually go ahead and choose from many other different themes by going up into the top right hand corner and clicking on the Visit the Theme Store. If we go ahead and do that, the theme store will open up, and this is where we would be able to go in and select our themes. The next option to choose is Apps. So once we click on the Apps button, what we do is we actually see some of the apps that are available over here for download and integration into your Shopify store. So there are a lot of different, very popular apps that can really help to make your process much easier. You can facilitate sales, marketing, and you can do a lot of other things with these apps. And you can visit the App Store by clicking on the button in the middle. The next option that you have is Settings. And before I click on this, I want you to notice that once I click on Settings, this whole thing is going to change and your options will differ because you'll be in your settings menu. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it right now. And you'll notice now that all of this is different because this is your settings panel within your admin panel. So the first thing that pops up is your general settings. And this is where things like the name of your store, the homepage title, the store address, standard formats, and so on can actually be modified. Also, if you have a Google Analytics account, you can put that Google Analytics code right over here. The next option is to click on Payments. And over here, we can modify and edit our payment methods. So we can use PayPal, we can use Shopify payments, which is powered by Stripe, or we can do manual payments or other alternative payments. We can also do things like automatically capture payments for orders, or make it so that it's manual for each payment. The next option is to select Checkout. So in the Checkout area, this is where we can actually go ahead and choose if we want to prompt the customer to make an account when they check out. So we can go through all these settings later on. The next option is for shipping. And in the shippings area, we can actually adjust shipping rates for each area that we're selling to in the world, and we can also calculate other things as well. Fulfillment and drop shipping are services that outside vendors would be to facilitate extra sales off of their platforms, but still allow the product to be sold through your company and directly through your store. The next option is for taxes. So this is where you can actually select some of the tax settings and tax rates, and if you start doing any international sales, then you'd be able to see all of the tax rates for each individual area where you're selling outside of the United States. The next area is for notifications. And these notifications are basically email templates for emails that you either have automatically sent out to customers, such as order confirmation, or emails that are sent to you, such as a new order notification. The next option is to select a domain. Over here, we can actually go ahead and add an existing domain that we might already own, or we can buy a domain. What a domain is all of this information at the top of the screen that actually directs me to a website. So if I were to go to skills-learned.myshopify.com, then I would actually go to my shop, because this is the domain for this shop. So as soon as you can, you're going to want to change your shop name from this one that Shopify already gives you to a more professional and clean-cut looking and sounding domain. So I might want this to be skillslearned.com, no hyphen, no .my Shopify. The next option is to select files. So when we click on files, this is where we can upload all the images and videos and other documents that are related to the products that we're selling. The next option is to select account. And this is where we can see all of the general overview information about our account, and we can get a quick snapshot of everything that we need to see that's pertinent to our account. Now I'm going to go back to the front of the admin panel, and I'm going to go down towards the bottom where we have 3 additional buttons to select. So the first one is a question mark, and it says need help when you scroll over it, and I'm going to click on it, and this is where you can find the help center, the community forums. This is where you can hire an expert. I'm going to go ahead and click on this and show you that in the expert area, right over here, you can hire people to do everything from design your website, to set up your website, to develop apps for you, and market your products. You can also get photographers who are able to take professional quality photos of your products should you need it. The last thing on this question mark option drop-down menu is the keyboard shortcuts. So if we click on keyboard shortcuts, we'll see all of the keyboard shortcuts that'll take us to all these various things. So if we wanted to go to our orders very quickly and we were already on Shopify, we could select G and O on our keyboard and it would take us to orders. The middle option will actually allow us to see our website as it is currently. And since we haven't done anything yet, this is just the default way the website looks. And then the third option on this bell, we can go ahead and see announcements. And so these are all the announcements through Shopify. So that concludes your admin panel overview.